once a year in Las Vegas with Coach Rahman, and that is loyalty. Coming up here at the Coors Event Center, it's Thunder Ridge and Denver East in a rematch of last year's 5A state championship game. You won't want to miss it. Stick around.
Championship game, Gary Miller, Vic Lombardi, and Irv Brown. A rematch of last year. Thunder Ridge, the two-time defending champs, going up against Denver East. And there had been some talk before the game, Vic, about a young man from Thunder Ridge who got injured the other night. Would he play? And apparently he will.
The Grizzlies' second leading scorer, Jeff Wilcox, was injured in the semifinal game, came down on a knee, the same knee he tore last summer. He's got some meniscus damage. We talked to him before the game. He will play tonight. They can use his three-point shooting. He's the best three-point shooter on the squad.
Yeah. Irv Brown, East High School, has a great player in Sean O'Geary, and revenge on their side.
Sean O'Geary leads the state in scoring. Sean O'Geary leads the state in assists. He's in the top 5 in steals. I mean, the guy is just incredible. He's going to Wichita State. They've done a great job recruiting him. He's one of the true stars ever. The best player to ever come out of the state of Colorado High School went to East High School. His name was Ronnie Shatlick. Set all the records in North Carolina State. This guy might break all those records here at East. He is really special.
All right, let's go cross court to Marcia Neville.
Yeah, Gary, Irv, I mean, what is not to like about this one? A rematch of last year's state championship game. Denver East ranked #1 and undefeated. Thunder Ridge going for its 3rd title in a row. Two teams loaded with star power, showing you what we're talking about. There's a new face for Thunder Ridge. That sophomore Matt Bolden helped key the run the other night. He's just a 10th grader. And you got to look for the senior leadership of Cedric Hill. He's a delightful player, and you're really going to enjoy seeing him. On the Denver East side, you already met Mr. 5A basketball, Sean O'Geary. He can do amazing things. Charlie Mays, big guy. Desmond Thornton. Both teams have a lot going, and there's a lot riding on this one in that they did meet last year, and they know a lot about each other. Should be fun. Back to you, Gary.
Really should, Marcia. We're anticipating a terrific ball game. Here come the introductions for the 5A championship game. Frank Palmieri's been doing it for a few years now. Let's go to Frank, the public address announcer here at the Coors Event Center for the introductions. 5A state championship game coming up.
Basketball championship. Good luck to the participants. Now, ladies and gentlemen, would you please stand? Let us show our respect and honor our country as we hear the national anthem sung for us tonight by Buena Vista High School sophomore Tiffany Morgan.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rugged terror, the bombs bursting in air, it proved through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, see, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the and long home of the brave.
Young lady by the name of Tiffany Morgan, and she and her parents were here at about 3:30 this afternoon. She has younger brothers, and they were tremendously frustrated by having to wait around here for 2.5 hours, but she got to sing it twice. She sang it before the 4A game and now before the 5A game.
Did they know what time that we were going to play?
Well, I know they were here very, very early.
And don't we have a Star Search show on our air at some point?
She did a good job, didn't she? All right, here come the introductions. I think we are ready. All right, introductions here at the Event Center in Boulder. You see the starting lineups: Maiden, Bolden, Wilson, Hill, and Hammond, Mays, Thornton, Curtis, Warwicks, and Sean O'Geary.
Let's see how he comes out there with that lead.
Mike Evans, number 30, senior 6 foot, C.J. Dorr. Number 34, junior 6'3", Brandon Slaybaugh. 6'4", Luke Walters. Number 51, senior 6'7", Jordan Nelson. And the reserves for the home team on the scoreboard, coming in with a season record of 23-0, the Denver East Angels. Number 4, junior 6'6", Andre Hines. Number 5, senior 5'10", Ronell Jackson Harding. Number 11, senior 5'9", James Stays. Number 12, junior 6 foot, Avery Marriott. Number 14, sophomore 6 foot, Tyler Carroll. Number 35, senior 5'10", Brian Bloodsaw. And the starting fives for Thunder Ridge. Number 1, the senior 6'3", Cedric Hill. For East, number 3, senior 5'10", Derek Rorix. For Thunder Ridge, number 3, junior 6'6", Tyler Nading. For East, number 21, senior 6'10", Charlie Mays. For Thunder Ridge, number 4, senior 6'6", Lance Wilson. For East, number 24, junior 6'3", Pierre Curtis. For Thunder Ridge, 6'5", sophomore number 2, Matt Bolden. For East, 6'7", junior, number 25, Desmond Thornton. And for Thunder Ridge, number 33, senior 6'4", Jason Hammond. For East, number 33, senior 6'3", Sean O'Geary. The head coach, Thunder Ridge Grizzlies, Joe Ortiz. Head coach, Denver East Angels, Rudy Carey. The officials for this evening's contest, the referee in center court with the ball, Tony Exum. At the south court, Rob Seaman. At the north court, Willie Clark.
Denver East 23-0, Thunder Ridge 22-1. Their only loss to Heritage earlier this year, 57-50. They avenged that the other night in the semis. But Joe Ortiz said something interesting. He said, actually, it helped us to lose the basketball game.
Sure.
And you wonder now if Rudy Carey, deep down, was wishing maybe his team had lost the game along the way.
East has another factor motivating that squad. And last year, when they lost by 14 points to Thunder Ridge in the final championship game, let me tell you something now, guys. It is St. Patty's Day. In honor of St. Patrick's, you better watch out for Sean O'Geary. Because he's going to ball. If he plays anything like he did in the semifinals, watch out Thunder Ridge.
We are ready for the 5A championship. Desmond Thornton will jump against Cedric Hill. East in their white uniforms with the red trim, the dark blue for Thunder Ridge, the two-time defending champions, the 5A championship underway.
Both teams are a man-to-man team, but I really believe that you'll see Thunder Ridge play some zone.
Sean O'Geary missing that shot. The ball still belongs to the Angels.
Right off the top, Thunder Ridge going with their best defensive player, Jason Hammond, against O'Geary. But Joe Ortiz told me today, here's the ball inside to Daz Thurman for 2.
Good pass from Derek Rorix off the inbound.
Here's the pressure, and this is a trademark of Rudy Carey. Rudy Carey has won 500 games. There's only 3 guys have ever done that.
Mays the steal to Rorix.
Mays at the wall, 6'10". He's got some serious wingspan.
Pressure defense and a traveling call, another turnover.
Mays is fired up. He's the vocal leader. He transferred from Montbello, who's from Fort Smith, Arkansas. He'll go to a top junior college. Needs to get the grades up. If he learns to cover, look out, because the guy's got some offensive skills. Here's the guy with all the skills. Tad Boyle who played it really center, did a great job to get him to commit to Wichita State.
The runner by O'Geary, it's 6-0.
And the pressure has really bothered Thunderidge in the early going. Rudy Carey was a pretty good pressure guard himself at East High School and CSU. He's won state championships at Manual and East.
Matt Bolden, 6'5" sophomore point guard, wears number 2, and Vic will explain that in a moment. Nading from downtown.
He's the toughest kid they have out there.
Younger brother of Jesse Nading, who's now playing football up at Fort Collins.
This kid is a tough kid.
Aguirre against Hammond from way downtown.
How do you cover that? You just don't. He did that time in, time out in the semifinals. You cannot cover that man.
9-3. We've played a minute and a half. A great start for East.
You made a great point, Vic. This Mays has the long arms, and he's the main guy on the pressure that they're applying. Look at the defense by these Angels.
Lance Wilson's number 4. They go back door to Hill. Among the big guys, look at the left-hand layup, but it wouldn't go. He follows and scores.
Well, we've seen him before. He's been a major factor in the 2 state championships. Left-hander's one of the better players in the state.
Hammond against Aguirre. Got to pick him up as soon as he gets the ball. Drives around him and he hacks him.
Think about Sean Aguirre, guys. I mean, he's got the best handles in the state. He can dribble with both hands. He can go left. He can go right. He can cross you over. He'll stop and pop. He'll hit the 3. There's really nothing he cannot do on the offensive side.
Our crew, the guy with the ball, Rob Seaman, he's a heck of a player himself at Heritage and UNC. Willie Clark, Johnny Exon. It's a good crew.
Charlie Mays up top. Nading guarding him. Charlie puts it on the floor, spinning in the lane. The jumper is way off. That's an air ball out of bounds.
That's great defense there by Nading. Would not give him position.
See how they handle the press. This is an East tradition. They've always had good basketball teams, from Bill Weimer to Paul Coleman. They've always been tough.
Bolden comes to the forecourt. His dad and Rudy Carey were teammates in their college days at CSU.
And you know, he looks just like his dad. His dad's a pretty good pitcher, too, at George Washington High School.
Does his dad grow his hair out like that?
Yeah, just exactly.
Hill was slapped on the hand as he threw up the runner.
Here comes Wilcox with the bad knee.
Funny thing about Matt Bolden, he normally wears number 15. But they're wearing the dark unis tonight. He couldn't find his jersey. So they threw number 2 on his back. He's a sophomore. What do you expect?
Listen, he's going to be a good player. He's learned to penetrate this year.
Here's Hill. He's a southpaw.
Well, you got to like what Hill has done for this program. Cedric plays above the rim. He can really drive. A transfer from Highlands Ranch. He didn't even play at Highlands Ranch.
There's Wilcox. It's pretty rare when your second leading scorer comes off the bench, but he can hit the 3. 6'7" from busted 3.
Hill comes up empty on his 2 free throws. Watch O'Geary, nice pass to Thornton, and they slapped it away. They triple teamed him, and Hill able to slap it away. Mays from way outside.
Got a lot of offensive skills, fellas. You're going to hear a lot about this guy. Just needs to get those grades where they belong. You go to a top JUCO, as I mentioned.
Well, he may end up following Aguirre to Wichita State. I know the Wichita State head coach was here yesterday, and they were talking.
Yeah.
Well, and you know, there's a little connection. Mark Perlmutter, their top assistant, coached with Larry Brown at Kansas, and he's very tight with Turgeon. Good defense.
Yeah, Mays with a couple of rejections on Nading. Look at O'Geary. What's he going to do? Put it on the floor, pull up and jump. That's way short, but a foul.
He just changed directions 4 times in a span of 5 seconds there. That was truly amazing. Now, Aguirre, the thing about Wichita State, you automatically think, Wichita State, you know, that kind of talent, why isn't he playing for a local school? Why isn't he going to Boulder? Why isn't he playing for Fort Collins? Wichita State got to him early, as you mentioned. They got to him last November, and as he hits the free throw, no, he does not, and he's going to get the play right away. Because Turgeon was telling me yesterday the entire backcourt's leaving.
Yeah. You know, they did win 20 basketball games this year. One time, Wichita State in the old valley was a powerhouse. You went into there, you went in, you took your life in your hands. They were really solid, so they'll be fine.
Sean making 1 of 2. It's 13-5. Now it's Bolden in the backcourt, and Warwick's on him. So they relax the full court pressure.
This is a motion team. It's pretty much a perimeter team. They'll keep it spread. It's a very good coach. He's won 2 state championships.
Brandon Slaybaugh in the game. He's number 34. He's got the basketball. Aguirre on him.
Boy, East really plays some defense, but they stick you.
Nading from up top.
Tough guy. Love him.
6'6", shoots like a guard.
He's nasty, too. Watch him on the backboards.
Tyler's got a couple of threes.
Sean averages 30 a game. He got hit, got hammered.
That's a reach.
Can't be a charge. They wanted a charge.
That's a reach.
Rob Seaman with a call. Rob Seaman's dad used to coach at Heritage.
Thunder Ridge beat Heritage the other night in the semi, 69-58, tight ball game.
Yeah.
Denver East just did get by Mullen after trailing after 3. They pulled away in the 4th to win by 11, but it was tight most of the way.
You know how they did it. They just gave it to this guy and said, do something.
Like that?
Bam.
You know, and his spin is not pretty. He's got such a touch.
It's a high arc, isn't it?
He's got, reminds you a little bit of Bernard King with the shot. Or Albert King, excuse me, that kind of spin. Here goes Bolden.
Bolden on the move. Oh, no, objection there by Mays.
Yeah, we got fouled first.
The block up high, the foul down low.
The thing about Thunder Ridge, and Joe Ortiz was talking about this, all 5 of his players can handle the ball. And he's got a 6'5" point guard out there, number 2. Bolden, I mean, the big guys can go to the floor. They're really good ball handlers, and they're a big team, top to bottom.
This is a good basketball team, but I'm going to tell you something. They're playing a very, very talented team.
Matt Bolden on the line, an 80% free throw shooter. Averages 8 points a game, made the first, makes this one. Pierre Curtis with the basketball.
Look at the contact
Curtis
down
the
low.
junior, 6'3". Now it's Mays, puts it on the floor, goes to the basket.
He's sweet. Has he missed a shot? Boy, they're hot.
He's a little smaller, but doesn't he remind you of Antonio Porch a little bit?
Yeah.
Body style.
Playing at the University of Denver.
That's right.
Was a star for Rudy Carey.
They wanted to redshirt him, but he's too good.
Rudy Carey's got another guy, assistant coach Rick Schrader, was a heck of a player, and this kid plays at St. Mary's.
Slaybar shot way short.
Well,
Wilcox able to get the rebound, but he threw it away.
And he's really, it was tough moving if you watched it with that knee brace. He's hurting.
Look how under control O'Geary is, and they foul him going to the basket. Hill got him, Sean to the line for 2. We will take a timeout here in Boulder. 2:39 to go in the first quarter. East High leads 18-10. Has missed a shot. Well, not many. They're 7 for 9. O'Geary is 3 for 4, including 2 for 2 on 3. So Herb, they haven't missed very many.
Think back last year, we did the same game. O'Geary had a horrible first half. Came back second half and was terrific. He's been serious from the minute he took the court. Him and Mays have just been terrific. The thing that impresses you, though, is the East Angel defense.
It's one thing to shoot a lot of threes. This kid shoots 51% from the three-point line.
They're NBA threes, too. Charlie Meigs was yelling at us. What are you really trying? He missed one shot.
2:39 to go in the first. Now a 9-point Angel lead.
All right, Rudy's called off the hard pressure. This will just be soft on Bolden. Rorex is the guy who covered him.
This is Nading in the corner.
Well, he's been the offense for Joe Ortiz.
He's hit a couple of threes.
They got to get Cedric going.
Couldn't find the handle. Last touch by the Angels, Woolworks.
That is tremendous pressure defense. Pierre Curtis coming from the backside to force that.
You know, Rudy Carey for years was over at Cole Middle School. How tough is that to coach in a high school, but you can't teach there? How do you get some things done?
Bolden missed the 3. Long rebound. Hill was waiting for it, but he was outfought there by Andrew Hines. And we'll see which way the possession arrow was pointing. Still Thunder Ridge ball.
You know, the school's only been open 8 years. Incredible success. Bob Nelson's the athletic director there. Then when the girls, Emily Wayner's terrific. Her father was a heck of a baseball player at DU.
Both Wayner sisters.
Yeah, Emily and Abby.
Right now, Thunder Ridge in the semifinals against Heritage really got into the offense a lot quicker. They're having trouble really getting into it tonight.
East is extremely quick. Well, they watch that belt buckle.
Waiting for Hill to get on track. Nice pass inside to Bolden, but he Matt missed the layup.
Yeah, you're worried about Charlie Mays, who ends up with the rebound. Here's O'Gary. He'll pull up and shoot.
Sean, a rare miss. Lance Wilson able to get it off the floor.
He gets a lot of boards. Here's a long one.
That's Hill. Sed's three-pointer off. He gets a long rebound, takes it in the lane, lays it up, and draws the foul.
Cedric Hill's a slasher. He gets most of his buckets going to the hole like that. And Joe Ortiz wants him to do exactly that.
Averaged 22 a game. He had 12 points versus Heritage. Good free throw shooter, about 82%.
Cedric heading to northern Arizona. The only visit he took was Flagstaff.
You all right? He'll love flag, particularly when it snows.
Free throw there.
Denver.
Good by Hill. Remember, Nick, this is what we saw the other night against Mullen. East came out firing bullets, had a 12 or 13-point lead, and they got cold in the second and third quarter, and ultimately Mullen took the lead going into the fourth before O'Geary really heated up again, and the Angels pulled away.
Mullen's got a big kid that every college coach, when I'm on the move, asks about it. Big haul.
One of the
Just
best
a young
post
one.
passers I've seen in these bars. He can pass.
Good pair of hands, too. They're going to love this guy O'Geary. It's called the Roundhouse down in Wichita. They are absolutely love him.
Thornton couldn't get the bounce.
Should be on Charlie Mays.
Yeah. And his hands over the top, over the back.
Got to play ball and quit yelling at the officials. Rudy's yelling at him.
Here we go with that full court pressure again.
Rudy changing up the defense. There's Rudy. 27 years of coaching. GW Manual and here at East. 5 titles. Won his 500th game this year.
You know, he played for Jim Williams, and they honored Williams and Rudy Carey at the Thunderdome. Rudy Carey is still in the record books at CSU. A long one. That's too long.
Nading with the follow. Mays rejected that. Busher's got it. Busher just in the game. Up court to Warwicks with 38 seconds. Derek inside, threw it away. Derek out of control, and Slayball goes the other way.
That's what they want, going the hole.
Said Hill the jump step with the ball out of bounds. Nice touch by the Angels, apparently.
It's all right. Rather have that than shoot the three. Cedric's a much better slasher. Here comes Wilcox again.
Jeff, 6'7", a junior.
And it's a mental thing, too, with the knee. We'll see if there's surgery in the books for him. Bolden comes back in.
They say he tore some meniscus.
Yeah, they got 24 seconds. Should get the last shot if that's what they choose to do.
Bolden has it, give it to Wilcox, takes the jumper, makes the jumper.
Oh, boy, is that a big shot. Three to looking for. Get it to O'Geary, and here he comes. He's got plenty of time to fire up that jumper.
Slaybaugh has the unenviable task of trying to stop him. Final seconds. O'Geary gives it up to Busher, who misses at the buzzer. We've played a good quarter for East, but the Grizzlies coming back late in the quarter. 8 minutes in the books. East High leads after one, 19-15.
Courtside here as we head into the second quarter in a tight ball game. You know, a win here would be extra special for Denver East to really cap a terrific year. Going for the perfect season. They're ranked #1. They haven't won a championship since '99. Their head coach, Rudy Carey, got career win number 500 this year. And, of course, Sean O'Geary, our Mr. 5A basketball. So this one could really cap a terrific season for them. For Thunder Ridge, hey, they're going for the three-peat. What more need I say, Gary?
Thunder Ridge, Marcia, with only one 2-point field goal in the first quarter. They had 3 threes and only 1 for 2. Nice runner by Pierre Curtis.
Beat the zone defense there. They dropped back into the zone that time.
You know, he doesn't get a lot of ink because of O'Geary. This guy goes to the glass pretty good. He's just an average shooter. Look good there.
Warwicks went for the steal. That's a nice pass to Hill. Sed's got it. Mays fouled him.
I gotta tell you something. If I'm Joe Ortiz and my team is shooting 30% and I'm only down 6, I'm feeling fortunate.
No, you're exactly right.
East was great in the early going. They've tailed off a little bit. They're shooting 58%. That's a 15 foul on the Angels.
Inbounding to Sed Hill, and he's yet to get off. They throw it away, and here comes Mays the other way.
They go all the way.
That's a jump step. That's a travel, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, When you're 6'10",
Even if it isn't, it looks like it is.
when you're 6'10" and you take a jump step, that's from the half-court line to the free throw line.
A little out of control there.
Matt Bolden, just a sophomore. He's going to be a special player.
Oh, his dad was too. And a good guy.
Nading the hill. Back to Bolden. Looking for someone. Showing some patience now. They go in low to hill. Back in, back in. The little turnaround.
I don't think they can handle it down low. Going to take a bigger guy. I think you'll see Joe Ortiz go to that a lot. This thing will settle down and be a tight game. I'm going to guarantee it.
1-2-2 or 1-2-2 defense.
Yeah, and I thought that they would go to this.
Charlie Mays, that shot is overshot. Long rebound to Bolden. Grizzlies have the ball. A chance to pull within 2, maybe 1. Wilcox outside. Now it's Nading in the corner.
Bolden is posted up. He's got him.
Oh, what a great play by Charlie Mays. The rejection by Charlie the other way. Derek Lowicz didn't like the numbers and gave it to Geary. Now Derek, baseline drives. Charlotte to the basket.
Oh, that's got to be a charge.
And Hook and Hill the other way, one-on-one with a Geary. Now it's 3-on-1, and Hill had his pocket picked by a Geary. It's Bolden, shovels to Hill. He's fouled as he tried to lay it up. They call a travel on the play.
That's the right call. He traveled before the foul. There's a charge here at the other end. Yeah, you got to get that.
You got to give that up. Had to give that one up. All of a sudden, the 3-on-1 and a Geary able to stop it. Timeout. 4-point game. Timeout. Right here on CBS 4 tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Immediately following, CBS 4 has the Big Ten championship game. March Madness all month long, and the only place you'll see it is CBS 4. The Madness continuing tomorrow morning at 11.
Of course, 4 o'clock is when they announce the seedings, the brackets for the NCAA tournament. I know a lot of people up here in Boulder on pins and needles as well as down the screen.
Oh, yeah.
Buffs in or out, fellas?
I don't know. I try.
Way to take a stand, Irv.
I can't because I saw New Mexico. Look at that with Charlie. I saw New Mexico win 26 games and not get in. I don't know what they look for half the time. I'm gonna tell you this: if they keep Air Force out, isn't that non-patriotic?
Yeah, I don't think they can. Not after they won the conference, at least during the season. But we'll see.
That loss to Texas Tech may really cost. CU. Yeah, Willie Clark with the call there. Willie was a good athlete himself.
Yeah, I think a lot of that depends on who wins tonight. If UNLV ends up winning that Mountain West tournament, that's going to hurt teams like Colorado and Air Force, bubble teams.
Yeah.
Because you got another team, UNLV, which is a bubble team, winning a tournament to get an automatic entrance.
There you go.
6-point game here. Nading will inbound to Bolden. Slay ball with Nading. And Mays way out on Tyler.
Here's the motion offense. And they run it pretty good. And East has played some D.
Lance Wilson's open. He could have taken that jumper if he wanted to. Elected not to. Hammond.
They continue to pick. That's an offensive foul.
Away from the ball. Foul called on the Grizzlies.
Well, let's see if Thunder Ridge sticks with this 1-2-2 zone. You saw what happened last time down. You beat a zone, you go over the top of it. That's exactly what they do with Charlie Mays.
Called that foul on Slaybaugh, his first. 5 team fouls on Thunder Ridge, 6 on East.
You know, I really believe, though, this is your only option. You got to play this zone. O'Geary's too quick.
They're not a good zone team. And I think Joe Ortiz would tell you, look, they'll hold the ball. Rudy will play
Coaching battle right now. Ortiz against Carey. They go into the zone, so they take the ball, the air out of the basketball for a bit. Mays looking for a cutter.
Boy, is he long. I'll tell you something. He get in the weight room. This guy could be something because he's got some offensive skills. Needs to cover people.
Now they've got Thornton. Daz, the turnaround. Had position, missed the shot. Golden the rebound. Hacked on the play by Thornton.
They got the shot they wanted there.
But I'm not sure that's what Rudy wants to do. Rudy's an up-tempo coach. He's an aggressive coach. And to hold the ball, I just don't think you'll see him continue.
Well, we saw it against Mullen in the semifinals. He's jumped out to that early lead. They got a little complacent, a little bored. Mullen
zoned him. Yeah.
It's 1-1 now with East committing their 7th foul.
Let's go, fellas, let's go.
Bolden is a 80% free throw shooter, so they're a pretty good free throw shooting team.
Guy at the line, I mentioned, his father played with Rudy Carey basketball at CSU, but I thought he really had a future in baseball. He did dig in against Bolden.
Bolden is 6'5", point guard, and is expected to grow another 2 to 4 inches. By the time he's done, he'll be a 6'10" point guard.
Yeah.
Matt makes it a 4-point game, 4.5 to play till halftime.
Here's the zone. It's really a matchup. It looks like a 1-2-2, but they'll match. It's just tough when you're used to playing man-to-man. I'll tell you where it's really tough, fellas, is rebounding, because you don't tag a guy and block out. You just leave.
Wilcox back in the game, playing with that knee brace. He's the middleman in that zone.
See, it takes O'Geary out of it now. Well, now he's coming out to the top.
It's pick your poison. I mean, either you fill the zone and stop O'Geary, and you let Mays and Thurman beat you. That's what they're trying to do.
O'Geary, 15-footer short, tip in, Charlie Mays.
He's a vocal guy. He's an emotional guy. Transferred from Montbello, Fort Smith, Arkansas before that. Look at Bolden handle it with his left hand. A 6'5" guy, a sophomore.
They go inside to Hill. He's in
tough
the
in there.
lane. Mays blocked the shot. Hill got it back. Hill fakes. He's blocked again by Mays. Going the other way, 3-on-1. O'Geary all the way.
O'Geary really should have passed that basketball. Got lucky out there.
And maybe Joe Ortiz is going to tell Said Hill, I think Charlie Mays just proved the point.
When you go in against the big boys, watch out.
3:26 to go, an 8-point game now. 5 block shots in the game, and look at that. One more time for Big Charlie coming up.
Well, it's kind of appropriate too, Gary, because he's 5th in the state in blocks. Him and O'Geary have the same amount of points as the Thunder Ridge team totally.
Charlie Mays showing a lot of emotion and a lot of determination. And we said it off the top, revenge on the side of the Angels. They believe they should have won last year. They certainly think this is their year. But a big mountain to climb because the Grizzlies have won 2 in a row. 2 state championships.
Well, we saw in that game against Heritage the other night, Thunder Ridge gets the ball because there's an offensive foul again. They're calling for an illegal pick. Or is he changing it?
I think Willie Clark went the other way.
Right, he originally pointed Eastway, Vic, as you said, you started to say, and then ultimately made the call against East.
Well, yeah, against Heritage the other night, we saw Thunder Ridge score the bulk of its points in the lane, little 8-foot jump shots. You can't do that with the wingspan of a Charlie Mays. It changes the entire complexion of the game.
Cedric Hill, an 83% free throw shooter.
They really have stayed close in this game by making their pitches. They're 7 of 9.
How many baseball references are going to use today?
Sorry.
Former baseball coach.
They don't play baseball up here anymore.
They dropped it.
27-21, Pierre Curtis, started by Bolden. Pierre angles to the left and gets it up top to Aguirre. He and Said Hill going head-to-head right now. Good matchup.
How tough is that? The defense was terrific. It doesn't matter.
Well, Gary turned around there and said, you know what? You can't guard me either, Seth. Sorry.
They're going to love him in the Missouri Valley.
Aguirre with a little bump and got himself some shooting room.
I'll tell you something, Wichita at one time was one of the best basketball towns in America. Had an NIBL team as well as a college team. Nice pass.
Hill in the lane, goes in against Mays, and Charlie did not contest that one.
Kind of fooled Charlie. Thought he was going to go up a little different. Nice effort. Cedric with 9, one of the better players in the state. He'll be in what they call the show that the Nuggets sponsor along with this guy, Gary.
Warwick's a rare shot. Pierre Curtis, the long rebound. Under 2 to play till halftime. Aguirre faked the shot, took it inside, fouled as he goes.
Thunder Ridge wants to travel there, but I tell you, O'Geary was slapped on the hands a few times on the way to the bucket.
Number 2, Bolden, his first
Got a passion for the game, too.
Yeah, he's such a soft-spoken kid. After the semifinals the other night, he's got a 3.5 GPA.
Yep.
Smart kid. Here's a turnover by East. Thunder Ridge goes the other way with it.
Cedric Hill with the basketball. Jeff Wilcox back in the game, giving it a go with that injured MCL. It's Bolden stuck in the corner. Gotta give it up. Finds Wilson through his hands. Mays the other way. Big guy leads the break then. Throws it over Warwick's head and out of bounds.
Charlie May's going over telling his coach I got fouled. Reese said, just play.
Well,
He's
Derek
an emotional
Bowles,
guy.
he was filling the lane at 5'10". If he's 6 feet, he gets that pass.
That's right. 6-point game. Minute 32 left in the half.
Jason Hammond with the basketball. Aguirre on him.
Boy, Hammond's been around. He's been a good player for Thunderidge.
Only
Bolden.
Thunderidge player to play in all 3 championship games.
Bolden posting up Busher now. It's Hammond in the corner. They find Wilcox. That's his second three-pointer.
Oh, is he sweet. Hey, the threes have kept him in a little bit, boys.
I don't think he's too worried about that meniscus, sir.
You know, with what O'Gary and Mays have done, you think this thing is around. It's a 3-point game.
Aguirre to the basket. The runner goes down.
One move and done. That's what it is. One shake and it's over.
I think of the best guards who've ever played in this state, like Jim Feeney from Fairview, Glenn Gondrzak from Boulder. This guy's right there.
Aguirre has 16. Hill tackled by Curtis. Pierre lost his footing. He was on his knees. Hill went by and he tried to tackle him around the waist.
Said it whipping a little bit.
Yeah, mentioned guards. Well, let me leave out Chuck Williams, who started East, played at CU, and then with the Denver Nuggets. As you take a look at the foul right
Watch
here.
the grab.
Yeah.
You know, Rudy's coached 2 of the best players in this state. He had Sproyling at Mullen, or at the Manual, I should
And
say.
got 73 against my alma mater.
I saw that game. Weren't you ref in that game?
He said Hill, and that's the wrong guy to put on the free throw line if you're East.
Yeah.
He is an 83% shooter and helping keep them in the game by making these free throws.
Well, we said it before. Thunderidge can just stay within striking distance, and that's where they're at right now. Only a 4-point, make it 3-point deficit.
Hey, Hill is hurt. He's coming off, and he's hurt, boys.
It's that left ankle. He walked
He
up
is
gingerly
hurt.
on it.
Yeah, look at this. Good shot by our people, and we'll see what happens when he goes in at halftime. Usually he's stiffing up.
Clock is ticking. 30 seconds and counting in this first half of the 5A state championship game.
All right, last shot time is a big difference going in down 5 versus 3 or 6 versus 3. You know Gary's going to penetrate.
Killing the clock now under 20 seconds. 31-28. East is led all the way.
Bolden now draws O'Gary. He'll jump out right there. Now, all right, here we go. Here's the penetration. Oh, he takes the timeout. Okay.
Bit of a surprise.
Yeah, it is, because it's going to be very difficult to get a good shot. Now, 7 seconds. Thunderidge have come out and really push.
Because of our Super Hoops coverage, I'll try it again. Because of our Super Hoops coverage, starring David Morris and the District, starring Craig T. Nelson, will air tomorrow night in their entirety, immediately following News 4 at 10. That's at 11 o'clock right here, CBS 4, tomorrow night.
Hope you're all recording this at home. Throw the VCR, the TV. I know I am. I like to say hello to myself right now because I'm going to watch the broadcast after.
How long have you guys had this state now? How many years is this, KCNC?
Oh,
A lot of years. Long, it's 13 for me, or we've had it long before I got here.
I'm really sincere about this. Marcia has made everybody step up. The coverage in this town is now terrific. With the newspapers, the radios, the TV, I give Marcia Neville the credit. KCNC.
Everybody knows Marcia at the high school level. There's no doubt about that.
Final seconds of the first half, 3-point game. They go high post to Mays looking for Aguirre. Sean to the baseline and gives it up to Busher just like he did at the end of the first quarter, and the same result. Sean Aguirre's given the ball up at the end of both quarters so far, and it hasn't paid off yet. And I'm sure Rudy Perry's saying, kid, don't give it up. Timeout, halftime, another good ball game. Denver East leading Thunder.
When you're 6'10" and you can hit the 3, good luck opposing that.
He's got the longest arms. He's very vocal, gets very excited.
Tyler Nading from downtown, he had a couple of those. Tyler has 6 in the game, and then Pierre Curtis with a runner.
Here's one of those guys doesn't get a lot of ink, Vic. He just kind of does his job. Here's Cedric wheeling and dealing down low.
Yeah, and Cedric had a good first half as he hits from the baseline there. He's got 12, and a big question mark about Cedric right now because we saw him limping off earlier. The Cedric show here, the rejection, and ultimately it'll be the real star of the game so far, Sean Aguirre, Mr. 5A basketball. He's got 16 in the game going all the way. But again, we wonder about number 1 in Deep Blue, whether or not he's going to be okay. He certainly looks okay as he's out there warming up. What do you think, Irv?
Well, they've retaped him. His shot is all right. He's not moving that good. And just by the way he's shaking the ankle, he's trying, either the tape job is a little tight. I don't know. We'll just have to watch him.
Oh, you look at the stats, guys. Thunder Ridge staying in this game because of their free throws. 10 of 12 from the free throw stripe. Outside of that, East dominating every other facet of the ball game.
All right, let's go over to Marcia Neville with one of the great players in the state of Colorado, Abby Wayner. Okay, Marcia.
One of the great players in the state, our Miss 5A Basketball Player of the Year in Miss 5A Basketball, and she's got a special interest in this game because she won the state title for Thunder Ridge last night, and now she's looking at the guys trying to do the same thing tonight. And what do you tell them after you won it last night?
You know, no pressure, but it was awesome last year. We were both able to do it, you know, at the same time. So I'm holding out on them for this game. You know, only 3 points. I know they can do it tonight. So.
You were in a close game last night, too. What do you tell them here at halftime as far as coming back and getting it done?
You know, it can happen. 3 points isn't anything. You know, any given team can win. And in a game like this, I have faith that they're going to get the momentum in the second half. So.
You're just a junior. You've already got the college scouts out talking to you. People are going to want to know, since CU is in the mix, how did you enjoy playing on the Coors Event Center court?
I loved it here. It's so awesome. You know, you can just feel the energy because the crowd is so close. And it was so much fun last night. I wouldn't trade it for anything. So.
What does basketball mean at Thunder Ridge High School?
It's what our school is all about. You know, winning is a tradition, and we expect nothing less. So hopefully we get that tonight.
A new tradition, and Abby Wayner, one of the ones trying to start the tradition and set the legacy at Thunder Ridge. Back to you, Gary.
All right, of course, her sister Emily, a starter here at CU, another terrific player, little point guard, and they are desperate to have the Wayner sisters as a tandem here in a couple of years.
You ready for your trivia question?
Go ahead.
Her pop is from La Junta. He played with one of the best pitchers to ever play in this state. He's in the Colorado Sports Hall of Fame.
Tippy Martinez.
And see, he
Nice
knew
job.
right away.
Nice job.
Yeah.
Very nice.
You know who his catcher was?
Now you're asking a lot.
Come from me, Joe Duenas.
Oh,
Who
really?
also quarterback CU.
Well, leave it
The
to Irv.
Wayner girls or something.
Irv's on the baseball
I
team.
was going to say, leave it to Irv to make another baseball reference.
All right, underway in the second half now, and Cedric Hill is in there, so we'll keep an eye on number 1. 31-28, three-point game. The cutter is Hammond, and O'Geary cut him off at the baseline. Good play.
East High continues to play good D, and they get a steal.
Sure do. Warwick the other way. Look at him.
the
Derek
speed.
all the way, but missed the layup. Pierre Curtis able to pull it down.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Inside, Thornton, he didn't get the bounce, and Hill's got it. Tough luck on the shot there for the Angels.
Boy, Speed never has a bad day, and there's a hole. You got to have a little speed out there, and East has got it.
No, that's going the other way. He's calling Bolden for the hook. Said he hooked him.
Let's see call.
You know, Matt's got to give that up.
Yeah.
He's got 2 defenders there. He's got a guy on the wing. That's a tough call.
Yeah.
Interesting 30 seconds to start the third quarter. Nobody scored, but it was interesting.
Look how they were deep.
Aguirre.
They forced him right, and just made it look easy.
It just doesn't matter. It just, like I said, guys, if I'm Thunder Ridge, I stick to that zone. You just can't let him beat you like that. You can't do it.
Sean has 19.
Well, he averages 30.
Baseline move by Wilson. The dish off to Natick.
Maybe he had a couple of threes early. Staying close, 4-point game.
Yeah, they're hanging around, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. Well, they're not going to quit. You heard the Wayner girl talk about their tradition there. Look at Charlie. Oh, is he something? Look at the long arms. I'm going to tell you something. Every junior college is after him. And every four-year school is going to be after him.
Don't be shocked if he ends up with his buddy Sean at Wichita State, though, I'm telling you.
Yeah. If he gets in the weight room and he works on the defense, he'll have it. Oh,
Cedric Hill was blocked as he went to the basket. Mays or Thornton, one of them reached in.
Cedric had a lot of shots blocked in that first half, still ended up with 12 points. Without him, Thunder Ridge is out of this game.
Went up calling that one on O'Geary. Only Sean's first, so no harm there.
this guy was tournament savvy. He's been around.
Hill from the line now, 7 for 9.
I mentioned Rudy Carey's background, East and CSU. Joe Ortiz worked with Ron Blanchine. Ron Blanchine's as good as we've had in this stadium. 7 titles, sure is, at Marino. There's a Littleton and Arapaho, now coaching the women's program at UNC.
Hill with 14 in the game. And by the way, the stats crew here for the High School Activities Association doing a tremendous job. So we want to thank them. They are updating things constantly.
Back to that zone for Thunder Ridge. Don't want to let O'Geary beat him with a three-point shot. And there's a turnover.
Got a layup in
Hill
a hurry.
to Bolden. Bolden with Warwicks, and that's got the layup.
You know, Bolden did a great job. Took a look, saw where the defender was, went up with a little delay, and it's a 2-point ball game.
I think this is your best bet, fellas. You got to stay with this.
Well, they played a little zone last year in this game. There's Big Charlie.
The lob in the maze, off his hands, out of bounds.
Thunder Ridge can tie.
Pressure defense now. Bolden gives it up.
That's
Here
a lot of
comes Nate.
poise. Isn't it, Gary, for a sophomore Bolden?
Oh, yeah,
And
absolutely.
he's a big kid, and he's got some weight on him, too. Usually that doesn't happen.
Very thick. Look at his legs.
Yeah.
This is Wilson. Nading for three.
Gary will take over. Watch.
Sean going all the way.
Nice block.
Shifted by Hill.
Top to the hand.
It was
Layup.
close. Wilson spins. Got it.
Good time. What a great block by Hill, because you knew Sean was going to take over.
Save that block. We're going to want to see that again in a little
I'm
bit.
telling you, I've seen a lot of players in this state. I've never seen somebody leap like Cedric Hill. His vertical, I asked Joe Ortiz, where is he at? They haven't measured it. They're afraid to measure it.
Nading knocked it away. To Hammond, to Wilson, to Hill.
Numbers aren't there. Let's see if he holds up.
Hill, 15-footer. Good.
First lead of the night.
Well, we told you, they hung around. They've hung around, and now they have the lead.
4:35 to go in the third quarter. And for the first time, the Grizzlies have the lead. 38-36.
And here's the block they'll talk about for quite a few days. Good night.
Run and take a look at Cedric Hill finding a way to stop Sean O'Geary. Let's roll it and take a look.
Oh, that's a clean block. That's just, there's no goaltend there. He got it before he got to the window.
Oh, yeah. First block of the night for Cedric. He has really picked it up. I thought his ankle slowed down. He's got 16 points.
All right, we're back to live action now. And then another steal set up a basket, gave him the lead, and Mays couldn't find the handle. Bolden the other way. Matt gives it to Slaybaugh.
He
Up
can shoot
top, that's Wilcox. He finally missed one. He had made his previous 2 threes.
Hey, the moment Thunder Ridge switched to the zone defense in the second half, they've made their run.
Warwicks from outside, he needs a bounce, can't get it. And a foul inside, a push coming up against the Grizzlies, I believe.
Yeah, Charlie Mays is so long. He goes up and gets the ball, and he gets hit by nading.
You mentioned it earlier, the problem with that zone D is when you're trying to box out, you can't find your first, you can't find anybody.
That's the problem with the zone. But I really agree with you, Vic. I thought that Joe Ortiz would have to play zone to make East do some things they don't want to do.
O'Geary to Mays. Now Sean, and he's hacked as he went by Hill. Reach-in foul there on Cedric Hill.
It's a 13th foul on Thunder Ridge.
Something to be aware of. Remember, we go 1-1 on the 7th foul in the half. Only one team foul on the Angels, so advantage East there. Joe Ortiz trying to get his 3rd consecutive championship from the corner, and I'm not sure Rudy liked that shot. Charlie Mays volleyballs it, but Hill comes up with the basketball.
By the way, if you just joined us, we had a good one with 4A Broomfield. Handed Fort Carson. Oh, look at it, he almost makes it.
Hill will go to the line.
Yeah, Broomfield beat Fort Carson. First loss for Fort Carson all year.
Hill's really living on the line, guys. 8 for 10 so far, 16 points.
That's how he makes his living. He's a slasher.
He's a professional free throw shooter.
There he is. He almost makes this shot. He had no angle at all.
9 of 11 now.
Yeah, I asked Rudy Carey, I said, would you envision O'Geary and Hill guarding each other? And he said, are you kidding me? They'd foul out. We don't want to do that. But if you watch, when Thunder Ridge runs that zone, they've got Cedric Hill at the top.
Yeah, he is
I'm there for a reason.
Hill again. He's 10 of 12.
Biggest lead of the night for Thunder Ridge. They're up 4.
Thunder Ridge, by the way, has been to the line 16 times. East, 4. O'Geary drives.
Look at Charlie.
Mays battles. Thunder Ridge ball. Oh, now they're going to talk it over.
Yeah, I think that's East ball right there.
Well, that's why you come in and you say, what did you see? That's the right call. That's what you're supposed to do. Tell a professional, I know you got to start off perfect and get better. It doesn't happen.
Angels get an inside to Mays. Great pass, but Charlie missed the layup.
Can jump this lead to 6 or 7.
Hard
Nice.
pass to Nading. He missed the layup, and Mays has the rebound. So Charlie didn't sulk. Give him credit. He missed the layup, came back at the other end, got a layup, or got a rebound after Nading missed the layup.
Missing those bunnies that a little too pumped up.
Yeah. Once again, staying with the matchup zone.
Good pass to Thornton inside.
That was a call play by Rudy Carey. Thornton, once again, doesn't get a lot of credit because of Mays and O'Geary. He's a very good basketball player. Wondering what will happen to Daz, where he's going to go. Somebody's going to take him.
Well, he's only a junior. He's got a year to think about it.
That's right. 2.5 to go in the third. A 2-point game. 5A championship on the line. East looking for revenge. And
Nice.
Hill looking for a basket. Can't get it. Rebound volleyball from Mays to O'Geary. East with a chance to tie or take the lead.
Great
Sean to the
exchange of
baseline.
pace.
Look at him go, and the ball's out of bounds. It's still East ball. And you know East is thinking that he was fouled along the way, and the whistle.
I know you've watched a lot of high school basketball in Colorado. Have you ever seen somebody so quick off the dribble?
No, he's, like I said, the best point I've seen, a guy named Jim Feeney. He was just a third point. We've had Chauncey Phillips, who was sensational. We've had Mark Williams, who can really shoot from south. This guy is right there with him. He'll get a rest. It'll be a brief one.
Lance Wilson comes in the game. C.J. Dorr is in, also number 30 for the Grizzlies. Now O'Geary. Hammond's on him.
This almost looks like a box and one. No, it's man now.
And O'Geary shoots over it.
Oh, baby. Big money. Give him the ball.
It might be man defense, but they're not covering a human.
22 for Sean O'Geary.
He's something.
East by 1.
A lot of colleges wish they'd have come in and did the job that Mark Turgeon and Tad Boyle did early on this guy.
Wilson from way outside.
Look at the battle under
Slay ball battles. Loose on the floor. They're going down. Recovered by Hammond. Great play and a timeout called by the Grizzlies.
Pretty smart.
Some great hustle, both ends of the court. This is a game, fellas. This is a game.
It's got the Angels have taken the lead now. Another lead.
Here we get Hill back in the game at the first opportunity. Tomorrow night, CBS's primetime lineup kicks off with 60 minutes at 6. Then it's the new hit drama Cold Case starring Catherine Morris at 7. At 8, it's the CBS Sunday night movie Family Sin starring Kirstie Alley and Will Patton. Tomorrow night starting at 6 right here on CBS 4.
You know, if you're Rudy Carey, you're so tempted to tell you guys, as he told them against Mullen, just give it to Sean and get out of the way.
Yeah.
Hey, what else would you do?
He'll win it and tell Charlie Mays to go stick back anything
That's right.
Sean misses,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
doesn't happen.
You think he's that good? He's only shooting 80% on threes tonight. He's 4 for 5.
Well, we watched him in pregame, and I noticed he hit 10 in a row, didn't blink an eye. 10 in a row. Just
And
bang.
he does it, if you really watch him, with an unconventional release. He doesn't spin the basketball.
Hill from 17 feet. That rims and comes out, and Mays with excellent defensive position under the boards. No, Ricardo Patton's here. I wonder what he's thinking as he watches Sean O'Geary.
Tell you what, he's thinking we could use him against Texas Tech yesterday.
Warwick outside. Got it. Three-pointer.
The Angels aren't undefeated for nothing. They got a good ball club, and they've got some supporting people, too. Rourke's one of them. They'll get ink.
He put up 4 of them, finally got one to drop.
4-point Angel lead. So they bounced back, and a hold there on Warwick after it looked like Bolden might have been turning it over.
Got him with the body a little bit. Here comes the three-point shooter again, Jeff Wilcox from Thunder Ridge, the big fella. He's in for Wilson.
Got a lot of guys about the same size, about 6'6", 6'7". Bolin is 6'5".
Ortiz says it's his biggest team, and they can all handle the ball.
Yeah.
Hill outside with O'Geary.
Well, I'll tell you what they do, too, Vic. They take care of the pivot foot. Pete Newell taught me something a long time ago. 40-minute game, you only handle the ball 5 minutes. What do you do the rest of the time? 8,500 here tonight. Good attendance.
Good defensive play by Derek Rourks, knocking it away from the driving Bolden. First year in this format sets a standard in terms of attendance, and again, 8,569, so a good crowd in Boulder.
They had 6,200 for the women's final last night.
You know, one difference I see is Wilcox
tough
attempts
shot.
the 3, nice block.
A block there by Hines, East ball. So East, after the Grizzlies had taken the lead, they have bounced right back, and now they're in position to lead by 6 or 7 after 3 as they go for the final shot.
Look what they've got now.
Well, let's see if O'Gary doesn't get rid of it this time.
I wouldn't give it up. He's done it twice at the end of the first and second quarter to Busher, who's not really a scorer. I don't think Sean will do that again.
Hill's got him.
Yeah, George isn't wasting any time. Now Hill's up.
Derek, back pass O'Geary. Long 3. That one was short. Here comes the horn. 3 quarters in the books. And the Angels, who led after 1 and led at halftime, lead after 3. 44-40. East over high, 23-0 on the season, looking to make it 24-0. And the lob goes to Charlie Mays from Warwick's for the layup.
That was a set play they set up there during the commercial break, and it worked.
Great call by Rudy Carey. Had Sean O'Gary as a decoy. And they were all right. Don't you have to call that?
He called glass. Did he call glass?
Bank is open on Saturdays in Boulder.
Rudy Carey's called a couple of great out-of-bounds plays in the last few minutes to get his team's baskets. And I'm not sure he'll call glass, but it counted anyway. And Cedric is rolling with 21 points.
Well, the 2 big guns, Cedric Hill and Sean O'Geary. O'Geary, the second leading scorer in the state, he's got 22. Cedric Hill, the top 10 scorer, he's got 21.
They're back in that zone defense, so East takes the air out of the ball for a little bit. O'Geary, look at the move. Sean, great pass to Charlie Mays.
2 in a row for Charlie.
Did I mention that O'Geary also leads the state in assists? You see why there.
3rd in steals.
Sean made the play, and Charlie got the payoff. 48-43, under 7 to play. Hill with O'Geary, and it's great to see those two matching up now. Nading outside with Mays, and Charlie going out to guard him.
Great defense here by East.
And look at the movement on the offense by Thunderidge trying to shake somebody loose. And East, as Vic said, staying with him defensively. Mays, fortunate, he didn't get a foul like what O'Geary did.
No, this is right. This on Mays, you've got to call it because he lost the ball. Rob Seaman did a great job. You don't penalize somebody until you see what happens. And Rudy Carey never said a word. Take a look. He bumped him right there, and you've got to call it.
I think Rudy and Charlie may be a little upset if the call was late.
But, you know, Rudy didn't say anything. Rudy understands. He knows that there's a foul. Rudy will get on the official as good as anybody in the state, but they have to call it. Here goes Cedric.
Oh, what a great play. They knocked away. Was it O'Geary?
Yep.
Ball out of bounds still. Gearing up. Now they go to the East. They started to point the Grizzlies away, then they changed their mind. Joe Ortiz tried to bluff him.
Yeah, it's great watching O'Geary guard Hill. Ain't it?
I'll tell you what's happening in high school basketball. It's a 12-month-a-year job. They play so much in the summers. Camps, a lot of action in Las Vegas.
And it starts so young. Joe Ortiz was telling me his program, they start working on that offense in 6th grade.
Three-pointer by Sean O'Geary.
I'm going to tell you something. People who watch high school basketball forever in this state cannot believe this guy.
25 for O'Geary. Hill tries to match him and does.
You see the poise on his face? All right, you want to play? Let's play.
Well, the best players are showing their stuff. Timeout, 5:32 to go. East has a 45. Vic, here's his last 3.
Well, it's a lethal move right here. The crossover dribble and moves the defender away from his body, gives him the space to hit the 3. That's how you score like Sean O'Geary.
And Irv Hill's got 24. Take a look.
It's amazing as Hill just counters with the left hand out there, and they need everyone they get. Here's the drive. Not bad.
Back live, Rorix goes inside and scores, and Derek playing well.
You know, for years, everybody, it was consensus. The best outside shooter they've ever had in the state was Pat Frink. Wheat Ridge, CU, played with Cincinnati Royals with the big old nice block.
Thornton, the rejection. The ball almost went out of bounds. Wilson able to save. Now it's Hill on the drive. The dish off and the layup. Nicely done by Nading.
Nading using his body nicely there to ward off Mays.
Just to finish the point, O'Geary is right there.
4:51 to play. 5-point game. Mays to Daz Thornton. Daz to the baseline. The little turnaround, overshot the basket. Bolden's got the rebound. Matt needs some help. Gets it from said Hill. Now gets a return. Grizzlies ball down by 5. 4.5 to play.
They've been here before, two-time defending state champs.
It's Hill, long range. That one did not get the bounce he wanted. 2 bounces on the rim, came away, Thornton position underneath. East ball. And they've got the ball in Aguirre's hands, and Slaybaugh put the hammer on him.
Well, now Thunder Ridge almost forced to play man-to-man. The clock working against them. They can't sit back in that zone.
That's the guys play a lot of minutes. The Stars have been out very little. This guy played 27 minutes thus far.
Here comes Aguirre with Slaybaugh. Each team has committed 4 fouls. So both are safe from the other team shooting free throws for a bit. Here's Pierre Curtis. Backhand pass. Charlie Mays went up and missed it. Great pass from Curtis. Charlie a little off balance. In the corner, Slaybaugh for 3. That's short. And Thornton's got the rebound and he's fouled.
He's a presence underneath. Got a big backside.
Not afraid to use it.
Now, mind you a little bit of a guy named Mark Bunny. Played at South. All-American at Utah.
On the other side, Charlie Mays had a dunk. He was thinking hammer time. Just didn't get it down.
Charlie's played so well.
Yeah. I'll tell you, late Ralph Miller. If you dunk, you better do it with 2 hands. So nobody can block it.
Is that why AC Green never done it?
Here's Aguirre again.
I'll tell you something. He's 5 of 7 from 3-point land. That's amazing.
Slaybaugh on him. I feel sorry for Slaybaugh, number 34.
He'll pull up.
Look at the move.
Now
Shaking and baking. On the run, he used the glass.
That's amazing.
It's ridiculous. Is what it is.
I've seen some old timers here at halftime. They're talking about it. They just can't believe it.
27 for Sean. 55-48. The lead is 7. And time running down on the Grizzlies' reign, perhaps. Approaching the 3-minute mark. Gotta get cooking. Lance Wilson to the foul line. On the drive, to the hoop, blocked and a foul on Mays.
Well,
no checking out that Thornton.
They look like a pretty good block. 7-point game.
I'll tell you what, for a big guy, Thornton really moves around well, doesn't he?
He does. I like him.
Yeah, the thing about Aguirre, though, guys, is we watch the replay of this foul. Let's see if it did. Yeah, I got him. A little bit. The thing about Aguirre is he falls right into Rudy Carey's lap. He comes from Massachusetts. Followed his big brother. Came out here. Big brother was a basketball manager. Little did Rudy know that Aguirre would become the best player in the state.
Andre Hines in the ball game for East.
Lance Wilson, a senior. He's only a 45% free throw shooter, fellas. He made that one. He made 1 of 2. 6-point game.
All right, here's the press. They're not going to take away from this guy.
They thought about doubling him and decided not to do it.
The offense is pretty simple now. Just give it to Sean and move out of the way.
Mays from the baseline missed the shot. Bolden's got the rebound. So if the offense is to give it to Aguirre, they didn't do it that time. Bolden's going all the way, missed the scoop. Rebound to Hines. Warwick the other way. Derek, give off. Mays, he's got it.
This time he doesn't try to dunk it off the glass. East in command.
57-49. It's an 8-point game. 2:15 to play. Time running out on the Grizzlies. And East,
Cedric.
perhaps 2 minutes away. Hill for 3. Got it.
Oh, there's some contact there, too. That could have been a 4-point play.
5-point game under 2. Now they're going to double team Aguirre. Look how cool and calm he is. Across the line. Sean Aguirre breaking the press by himself. And a timeout being called by Rudy Carey to talk things over and set up the strategy for the final minute 47.
But when he dribbles the ball, the thing that makes it so tough to cover, he dribbles so low to the ground. He doesn't bring the ball above his waist. When you dribble that low, you can switch hands so easily.
Immediately following the conclusion of today's 5A championship game, join Tony Lopez, Kathy Walsh, Dave Aguilera, and Vic Lombardi for a completely ad-lib sportscast.
I don't know what's going on in the world of sports.
I look forward to seeing that.
Yeah, good luck.
Complete coverage of the day's news, weather, and sports on News 4 at 10.
I'll have
No script, huh?
Herb will be
Have
there.
Herb on. Have Herb as a guest.
Yeah.
I'll just ask Herb a question, walk off, come back 5 minutes
Let him
later.
talk baseball for 5 minutes, and the sportscast is over.
Oh, boy.
I don't know. You might be tired. It's getting late, but I'm not sure how you're sleeping watching this one.
Well, Boy, that Hill, it looked like it was over. He jumps up and knocked one down. Look at the three-pointers. Kids have really played hard. Rematch from last year. A lot of respect, both sides. Haven't been any nonsense at all. They've just come out and they played hard.
Fellas, O'Geary and Hill both have 27 points.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Those are the big guns.
What shot Hill just made to keep his team in the game.
I'm not sure where Cedric's going. Do you know that?
Yeah, Cedric's going to Northern Arizona.
Oh, you mentioned that.
Yeah,
actually.
Northern Arizona. He'll be at Flagstaff.
All right, the inbound to O'Geary. C.J. Jor knocked him down, no call.
Oh, it's a little
And I
late.
think he got a timeout, he did.
Oh, they wanted the jump ball before that. Willie Clark saw the timeout signal. Gary, very intelligent.
Well, you know, I think East has a pretty good case for a foul should have been called on that one.
Yeah.
I don't
Free
know. I
throws.
hear some Thunder Ridge people calling for travel over my shoulder here.
And I guess depends which rose-colored glasses you're
Let's
wearing
check it out
at the
and see
time.
if he gets fouled. I think he just tripped, didn't he?
Oh, he tripped over his feet.
Yeah.
18 free throws in the game for Thunder Ridge. They're 15 of 18. East is 2 of 4.
That's amazing.
Yeah. 24 field goals for East, 15 for Thunder Ridge. So free throws have really kept them in the game.
Well, if you're East, I guess you don't have to shoot free throws when every shot you take goes in, especially if you're shot in
Yeah,
the
they're doing a lot of outside shooting. I mean, let's face it, they're 7 of 12. But on the other hand, Thunder Ridge is 7 of 17 from three-point range too. So the games are rather similar. Charlie Mays has been inside a lot and hasn't been fouled.
50% shooting for the Angels. Only 39% for Thunder Ridge.
8,500, 8,569 here tonight in Boulder. Great venue
Yes.
for the state tournament. You guys agree?
It sounds
yeah.
louder.
Yeah.
Well, you know, people were concerned. The Mountain West Conference got the deal with Pepsi. Hey, they haven't missed a beat up here. Good attendance. Women had 6,200. All right, need to stop here if you're Thunder Ridge.
Now they get it to Aguirre. Gave Sean a little time off, didn't make him bring the ball up. Look at him handle the ball. How cool is this kid? Might have pushed off, might have gotten away with one there. Little elbow in the belly, never hurt, I guess.
Now you see it, now you don't.
Warwick now, taking their time. They may have to foul, and they do.
Yeah.
And now they're in trouble because they still have to commit another foul to send East to the line.
I'll tell you, the kind of a ball handler Gary is. Reminds me, remember Tiny Archibald?
Oh, yeah.
Tiny was down at UTEP. But Don Haskins just give him the ball when they'd get up a couple points, and he'd keep it the whole night, and it forced a rule change. Now you got a clock. Oh,
Cross court, that was dangerous. Nading went for it. Aguirre hit on the play by Wilson.
You got to get him at the line to get the clock stopped.
They got to turn this into a free throw shooting game now. Aguirre will go to the line, and Sean is an 80% free throw shooter. Wilcox comes back in, and certainly not having Wilcox at full strength has hurt the Grizzlies tonight. He's a terrific outside shooter.
He's hit a couple threes in this game.
Sean Aguirre,
Long. Got a bounce.
shooter's bounce.
You see how he holds his follow through on every shot?
Yeah.
He holds it all the way through.
6-point game with a minute 10.
Never changes his expression. He's all business. I love his passion. He's
Missed that
long
one.
again. All right, you should go for 3. That's why they got Wilcox in there.
Well, 2-possession game, 6-point game. 1 minute to go. Nading for 3 off the rim. Nading fortunate to get the rebound and laid it up on the run off the glass. 4-point game. Timeout Thunder Ridge.
Wanted a foul, didn't get it. Still alive. It's still a 2-possession game, though. That's what you got to do if you're East. You got to watch your body balance, because what Joe Ortiz will do is try and deny a 5-second call, then they'll flop. You're looking for some help.
Tuesday, don't forget the premiere of Century City. CBS 4 will air the series premiere of the futuristic legal drama called Century City. The show is set in the year 2053, where lawyers tackle ultra-modern, headline-making cases of the future. Century City stars Hector Elizondo, and it premieres Tuesday, right here on CBS 4.
You're Joe Ortiz right now. What are you telling your boys?
Deny the pass in, try and get a 5-second call. Flop, look for a charge, and then foul immediately.
Problem is, you're going to have to probably foul Sean Aguirre, because I guarantee Sean Aguirre's getting the ball.
Well, Sean Aguirre, when he went to the line last time, he barely made one and missed the other one. It was the worst-looking shot he took all night, that second free throw.
He got to shoot his free throws from the three-point line.
Take a jumper.
They may double him and leave the guy throwing the ball inbounds alone. Look for the flop, though. Let's see if they can con the official.
This isn't World Cup soccer.
They are doubling him.
full court all
There's
the way.
the double.
They go to O'Geary. They do double him. They almost get it, and they foul him.
Yeah.
C.J. Dorr picks up the foul, sends O'Geary to the line. You really have no choice. 52.1 seconds to go. And how cool has this young man been under the spotlight of this game? And he and Cedric Hill have put on a great, great show in this 5A championship. And credit, of course, to everybody on both teams. It's been a great game.
They say, guys, the best athletes are the ones that don't get too emotional. And if you look at this kid's face, it never changes. You've mentioned it several times tonight, Irv. He doesn't show emotion. Whether it's a three, whether it's an air ball, he doesn't shoot any of those. He doesn't show it.
There's some people who never miss a state tournament game. And I want to catch their reaction, where O'Geary compares to the Billups, the Franks, the Mark Williams, the Chuck Williams.
And Chauncey was certainly bigger and stronger.
Yeah.
But certainly not the shooter this kid is.
No. He's pure. Gotta hurry.
2 clutch free throws, 6-point game, 2-possession game again.
Get it up there quick.
Yep, no time to waste, 45 seconds. Nading takes it to the rack, missed the layup. It goes to Dorr outside, Bolden for 3. That's an air ball. They save it, they can't save it.
Look at him hustle. All right, here comes some folks in.
Time running out on Thunder Ridge.
Yep. The East Angels can smell it.
And those Thunder Ridge, or rather those East High kids right now, are keeping their poise and their cool.
Yeah, they couldn't keep O'Geary from getting the ball. And that's going to kill it.
They're going to triple him.
It ain't going to matter.
A reach in by Hill.
So deceivingly quick.
Well, he's got that change of pace dribble. The East Side fans are going crazy up in the stand. Get a lot of success at that school. This isn't the first time they're closing in on a state championship. They've had 3 different coaches win the state over there.
Sean O'Geary, now money. 61-54.
Right at his scoring average. O'Geary, the second leading scorer in the state.
He's got 32.
32 at that second free throw. Substitutions come in.
29.4 seconds to go.
Undefeated season for the East High Angels.
You know, they beat a bunch of good teams in that LA tournament, too. O'Geary dropped 46 against one of those squads.
Yeah. Don't you have a feeling one day you'll see him play for money?
Ah, that's just it. When you saw Chauncey, you had that feeling, too.
Yeah.
Hill's shot is short. East got the basketball. Showtime now. Curtis goes up for the slam. Hill contested it and fouled him.
Boy, he's got some hops, though, doesn't he?
That was pretty scary. That really was. That's some scary stuff right there. That's how you get hurt.
Cedric Hill was not about to let them put the exclamation point on it, not with him under the basket.
Yeah, fortunately, there wasn't an injury and there wasn't a fight. Because a lot of times on a breakaway, people get a little frustrated and then somebody throws a punch. You know, these kids have gone out and competed hard. There's been sportsmanship.
Another shooter's bounce, this time for Curtis. And East High about to end Thunder Ridge's 2-year run. Joe Ortiz has done a great job, but Rudy Carey is just seconds away from his 6th state title.
Right, now Rudy will get some people in there so that you can give these guys a hand. Now, you should get O'Geary out and let people appreciate it. Here comes the sub. You got to make this shot, though, to let it happen. Get him in there.
Curtis made it. Curtis out. And Sean O'Geary is coming out of the game.
What a performance. What a performance.
Sports fans take a long look. Those guys don't come around too often. They really don't.
They're going to love him in Wichita.
Tell you what, I wish we could have loved him some more here. Colorado, somewhere.
Yep. Okay, now, Joe Ortiz will get a few kids in so they can say they played in the state championship game.
I'll give Thunder Ridge a ton of credit.
Don't believe it. They played hard. They just ran into a buzzsaw. This guy killed him.
I think we're looking at the player of the game right there with Hill not far behind, but Sean O'Geary leading his team to the state championship.
Yeah, They won the game. Here's the long
Well,
lob.
baseball it to Hill, and Hill's going to get a slam.
Yeah, and Charlie Mays laid off. He could have hurt him. I appreciate that.
Final seconds now, and congratulations to East High School. Denver East has won state, and Rudy Carey is a 6-time champion.
Well, not just yet. 9/10 of a second. There was a foul called, unfortunately.
Now, Rudy will get another guy in. You want to get Mays a hand. We're not going to get him in unless he makes the first of the 1-1. That's the rule.
That's a new rule.
Yeah. Not break the rule right now so this kid can get in and say he played.
CJ Stays is the free throw shooter. And Charlie Mays, who had a terrific ball game.
18 points, 12 rebounds, 6 blocked shots.
Boy, does he have some potential. I'd get him in that weight room.
The longest 9/10 of a second in history.
You know, Rudy's had some chances to go to college, and he stayed with the Preps.
All right, he's tied. Well, you know, I don't think they're ever going to get to celebrate.
Well, you got to touch it.
Nobody touched it. They
Take
should
it
put
back to the
3/10 of a
original spot.
second back.
They just want to savor the moment.
Congratulations to East High School. They've won the 5A championship. Sean O'Geary, that great pass to Charlie Mays. More of the magic of Sean O'Geary pulling up and taking and making the three.
Most lethal crossover I've seen this side of Tim Hardaway.
Good point.
There it is again.
You know, he had the tough first half last year, and then he came back with a great second half. He was on fire from the get-go. Unstoppable. He doesn't have a weakness. He can cover. He gets an assist. Rebounds when necessary.
Final numbers say it all for Sean O'Geary. They got him down to 31 points.
Well, you know, I have to talk to my personal statistician to my right over here. They have 10 of 16 on field goals, 5 of 7 threes, and 6 of 8 from the line.
So Thunderidge wins the girls, East wins the boys.
Officially Vic with 31.
You look at both rosters now. Thunder Ridge just gets better every year, it seems. I mean, Joe Ortiz reloads. I mean, he's got that Bolden kid coming back who's only a sophomore. Jeff Wilcox, the three-point shooter, only a junior. Tyler Maney is junior as well. He'll be back.
School's only 8 years old. I find that amazing. East High School, when GW opened their doors, GW won the state the very first year. The coach from East moved over there, Bill Wilder.
We will take a break here in Boulder as Denver East celebrates the 5A championship, winning the game 64-56.
News for Super Hoops, brought to you by these companies for Colorado. Ankmar Doors, Accent Windows, Boyer's Coffee, College Invest, First Bank, O'Toole's, and McDonald Hardwoods.
The Susi family has a tradition that spans 3 generations. They bank at First Bank.
Dad was right about First Bank. We already closed on our mortgage loan. Hey, Aaron.
Hi, Mike. What's a big room? Is it all, Mr. Sean O'Geary, our championship player of the game? You got the job done tonight.
Thank you. You know, it's a great honor. You know, we came out here. We just wanted to have revenge from last year. It's a great feeling.
The night Coach Carey won his 500th career win. You guys said you had one more thing to do, and now you've done it.
Yeah, you know, Coach Carey, he's a great coach, and we have a great team, and I have to say we have the great fans here, the greatest fans of Denver, so we did it.
You and Charlie had quite a long hug going on out here. What were you saying to each other?
I just told him that I love him because I told him we're going to get this win no matter what. So I was telling him that I love him.
You guys didn't start celebrating until there were 30 seconds left because this was about as tough as they could be, wasn't it?
Yeah, you know, it was a great game all the way through, but at the end we just wanted to show that we're the #1 champion.
Undefeated after getting beaten in the championship game last year. You guys had keyed on this all season long.
Yeah, it was revenge, and you know, it's sweet. Thank you.
Sean O'Geary, Mr. Basketball Player of the Year, and now our championship player of the game, Denver East High School state champions, undefeated Angels here tonight. Gary, back to you.
Marcia, thank you very much, and that wraps up News 4 Super Hoops for Vic Lombardi and Irv Brown, Marcia, and Steve Atkinson. A reminder, this telecast is an exclusive presentation of KCNC, CBS 4, and CBS Incorporated. Any rebroadcast or reuse of this telecast without the express written consent of KCNC and CBS is prohibited. Gary Miller from Boulder, thanks for watching, everybody. News 4 at 10 is next.